I'm Group Captain Chris Misiak from the Royal Air Force. I started life as a fighter controller in the Royal Air Force, now an aerospace operations specialist. I've been in the Air Force for 28 years. I've done tours with the Royal Navy on the aircraft carriers. I've done tours with the Army in Joint Ground-Based Air Defence, but obviously spent most of my time with the Air Force. I've also been fortunate enough to go across to Australia on an exchange tour. I'm currently working here in 2 Group headquarters as kind of the senior air staff officer and also in charge of capability and strategy for 2 Group. So this is not my first RAFA Rides. I've done a few now. It's really twofold. The obvious one being the great work that RAFA Rides does, all the support it gives to both the in-service people and the veterans and the young people in our society. It's just a no-brainer. We've got to give as much support as we can to those people. And obviously the main focus this year is mental and physical resilience. And it's a really important part. It's very obvious in society now. It's becoming a very important part of our lives. We've got to focus on that. So any support we can give to that is great. And then finally, I love riding a bike. And it's a great way to meet people, those who haven't done it. It's a really sociable thing. It gets you really fit. It doesn't hurt you too much unless you fall off. So yeah, lots of good reasons to do it. Yeah, you might have picked up from my surname then, from my Polish ancestry then, is it was actually the Air Commodore I worked with informed me this year that up at Candry there's a big Polish contingent. So in the Second World War, my grandfather, my paternal grandfather, came across as part of the Polish Air Force and flew with the Royal Air Force on missions. He sadly was shot down and killed on an SOE mission over Poland. So we didn't really get to find out much about him. He was actually killed when my father was very young. But there's certainly some echoes of his life that have flowed down through my father, who very much introduced me to aeroplanes from an early age. And the Air Force has always kind of been in my blood. So the fact that I'm here now is kind of testament to him, I think, even though we don't know quite enough about him as we'd like. His name is on the wall at Northolt as part of the Polish memorial there. And obviously his name's in St Clement Danes as well. But yeah, it's a very important part for me and my life and my career in the Air Force, that link back to Poland. Today of all days, we're on V80 obviously, there was an enormous contribution by the Polish Air Force that is often forgotten. I was very lucky enough actually to meet the now King when he was the Prince of Wales, when I was a very junior officer, and he picked up on my surname quite early. And even he commented on the fact, the contribution the Poles made during the Second World War was quite significant, along with a lot of the other European allies. And we mustn't forget that. They gave up a lot of sacrifice. My grandfather ultimately gave up his life as part of that mission. So yeah, it's important to remember.